As we drive to the Vice President's residence in Karen, Nairobi, his trademark political slogan, Wiper, crosses my mind, a political slogan that attracts both negative and positive connotations. The Vice President is only a heartbeat away from the presidency, so to speak, but he faces stiff competition for the top seat, coupled with mistrust from some of his allies. However, the Mwingi North MP instead believes that he is the one who stands the best chance to wipe out his competitors, and literally so. His party, the Wiper Democratic Movement Kenya, has just been given a certificate of compliance, meaning it is now fully registered.
When we say we want to bring about 24-hour working economy, we mean it.
Apart from wiping out poverty, the VP's pledge is to wipe out corruption, wipe out impunity and negative ethnicity.
So how do you hope to arrive there? What are the strategies towards achieving that?
This is too early in the day for me to elaborate this matter, but I want our viewers to watch this space going forward. We will have time to launch the manifesto, relaunch the manifesto, relaunch my own vision.
The Vice President has been crisscrossing the country, opening party offices and addressing rallies without being accompanied by what one would call political heavyweights. But he says behind the scenes, he has a serious think tank, a serious campaign machinery and a serious secretariat.
Kuna makamu wa rais wangapi Kenya hii? Ni moja. Sasa ikiwa rais anaenda nyumbani, wengine wanajisumbua kwa nini?
More curious has been his absence at the so-called G7 Alliance rallies of late. In mid-February, Deputy Prime Minister Uhuru Kenyatta and Eldoret North MP William Ruto led 50 MPs in passing a resolution to wipe out Musyoka from the alliance, following claims that he could not be trusted, as there were signals that he was warming up to benefit from misfortunes facing Hague suspects in the presidential race.
Are you still in G7 Alliance? Are you passionate about it? Because we've not seen you attend the rallies of late.
Yes, I am part of the team, and as I play the team, obviously one wishing to be, you're the team leader, but I don't want to be seen like I'm pushing from the rear, definitely, because there are those who get the impression the Vice President has been following. I think that a time has now come for real political leadership to emerge.
Let me get it clear. You said you didn't want to appear like you are following others. You have also to carve your own course.
Yeah, that impression has been there, that the Vice President cannot even raise a crowd of his own that is following. Now, you know, I have run for the presidency before. We know the game, we know the rules, we are determined, we have the vision, we know why we want to do this thing.
G7 Alliance insiders, on the contrary, say Kenyatta and Ruto have no time for the Vice President, who is accused of showering praises on his colleagues during the day and backstabbing them at night.
I can understand if you are viable and somebody is determined that Alex must be the candidate, they might be tempted to say a few things. I have no hang-ups about those statements. These are all colleagues. If you feel suspicious about a situation, they're entitled even to their suspicion. Yeah? But at the end of the day, I think we need to be able to get together.
G7, according to Musyoka, is a group of like-minded leaders who mean well for Kenya. And away from the G7 politics, the VP, Kenyatta, and Internal Security Minister Professor George Saitoti signed a pact to back a single presidential candidate from among themselves. Although silence looms large over the fate of the pact, the Vice President believes it will yield positive results if backed by the rest of the G7 Alliance.
It can only take negotiation, yeah? Probably have a council of elders who will sit and other professionals to advise on the most viable candidacy. And I'm sure that if that viable candidacy is given to somebody else, and I'm convinced, I will support them.
Following the disputed 2007 presidential polls that pitted President Kibaki against his main rival, Raila Odinga of ODM, Kalonzo Musyoka, who had emerged a distant third, was co-opted into Kibaki's PNU half government in a move that strengthened Kibaki's side as Odinga's followers branded Musyoka a traitor. Ironically, with President Kibaki's term on the home stretch, some of Musyoka's allies feel their man may not benefit from that partnership, as the writing on the wall is clear that he has since fallen out of favor with PNU.
I don't think anybody is capable of sidelining us. What I stress is goodwill, and I see a lot of that going forward. We'll have to build these bridges. There are those misgivings. If people have misgivings today, tomorrow the misgivings are overtaken by events. So political leaders will say one thing today, and tomorrow you find them saying a different thing.
Was there any written agreement or any pact that they support you later, now that you supported them?
When we were forming the coalition with President Kibaki, it was actually unconditional. We said we have to act in the best interest of this country. I'm not the type of person to mourn and say there was promised this and I have no way. You have to look forward.
Musyoka is 58 years old. He has served as a member of parliament for 27 years. He once served as Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly. When Kenya's first multi-party elections were held in 1992, Musyoka remained in Kanu and was appointed Foreign Affairs Minister in the Moi regime after recapturing his Mwingi North parliamentary seat. He was Kanu's organizing secretary from 1988 to 2002. In 2002, he was among the Kanu rebels who eventually made their way into the Kibaki administration. Musyoka has promised to quit politics if he does not succeed in becoming the fourth president of Kenya. And his parting shot?
I do not see any possibility of anybody right now trying to sideline the vice president. It's not sidelineable.
Alex Chamwada for the Kibaki Succession series.